Hey, it's us again doing this thing where we sit here and watch a video on a loop for a whole bunch and talk about it. It's me, Joe. This is Evan.
Yep.
That's Leo. They're here talking about Squadrons because we're all just as hyped as we were last time we met for this. You can see it on his face.
Yeah. So, Star Wars Squadrons, if you missed the news, there we go.
A single five. A single. So, the gameplay trailer essentially came out today, along with a very canned interview with one of the leads on the game.
Oh, you said canned. I thought you said candid interview, and I was like, did we watch the
very
same
different.
interview?
It was about as canned as spam.
Yeah, but this trailer is pretty awesome. It talks about the single player, and that right there, actually.
It's a remarkably good.
I'll pause. Let's let it.
Is that the wrong rebel symbol again?
Yes, it is actually. I pointed it out to Matt Martin of Lucasfilm Story Group on Twitter because I had talked about it on Twitter with him in the past. I don't know if I did it with the JodoCast account or my own account, but I'll back it up and we can look at it because that was the screen I wanted to talk about. Did I miss it again? I did.
No, it's right here. No, it's right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the that rebel symbol's wrong. It's out there. It's been in Battlefront 2. The little wingtips, they go too far. Go look at. I'm sure most people have a rebel symbol somewhere in their lives right now, or they can Google it. It's just the wrong symbol. According to Matt Martin a long time ago when I was talking to him on Twitter, it was like a fan-made thing that just started slipping into official things because I guess people are lazy when they Google the PNG of the rebel symbol. It's the wrong shape. It's hard to tell, but you can see how high the little points go. So I was like, hey, did you notice this? And he was like, stop talking to me. No, he's nice. He said he had already left Motive a note about it in hopes that it gets changed before the release. But also about this screen, what does it say? It says customize your pilots in Arabesh at the top. Aren't you impressed I can read that?
Good job.
I get the feeling that these are made up names, like all names are, but this is not the two protagonists. It looks like you're going to be able to fully customize your dude and give him whatever name you want. Because
Yeah. Well, I mean,
that's what it looks like.
Customize the look. Maybe you won't be able to change the name.
I don't think Rayo High Moon. I think you can. I think you'll for sure be able to say, okay, it's a man or a woman.
These are both totally like gender neutral names.
Okay, so maybe those are their names, but you can decide how they look. Like, not just what they're wearing, but everything about how they look. Because this obviously aren't the two main characters that we saw in the first trailer, where it was like a woman and some smarmy white guy. So, that gave me the impression that maybe if you can't change... it'd be kind of better if you can't change their name, because then the voice actors can call you by your real name.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
But then if you can change it, people are going to be like, well, is Rayo High Moon a dude or a woman, or is he black or what? I need to know for Wikipedia.
I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Rao.
Rao?
I don't know. That's how I'm going to pronounce it. It certainly sounds better than Rayo.
Well, what if he does something really cool or lays down a sick burn and you go, Rayo? Okay.
No, then you're like Rao.
That's the problem with my new RTX thing. It probably didn't pick up that weird noise I just made because it thought it was like backgrounds.
It did pick up a noise, but it sounded very strange. Like it sounded. God, I love being able to see the HUDs. Seeing it.
It's so nice. The one thing I'm immediately most curious about. This is nice. I hope I missed it again.
Jesus Christ!
What happens if I hit this button? I can't go back. I'm trying not to click out of Discord because when I click out of Discord, it does this and it says your stream is still running. The people watching this video right now know it's up. You two don't. But I'll back it up and pause it on that again.
Power management.
So I imagine this is like power management, and again, look, we see here the TIE Fighter doesn't have one for shields. They've just got two, which is presumably engines and weapons.
Yeah.
Your speed indicator, your sensors. I think I read, I don't know if it was on the website or if they mentioned it. Basically, everything above this horizontal line should represent ships in front of you, and below it are ships behind you.
I mean, that sounds about right. I mean, that's how it was in the old X-Wing games. I mean,
So and we've got
and like
display.
and really, yeah, everything about this seems like not so much. I mean, not so much inspired by X-Wing as like just completely taken from it.
Which is probably good,
Which is
right?
make you happy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with that. I'm shit. I mean, this trailer has done more to get me hyped for this game than the cinematic one earlier or any of that stuff did.
And I was just expecting we'd just see some guy playing the game for like 10 minutes, but this trailer's really nice.
If that.
And under components, it looks like that's where your those are the things you can customize before each fight. You can choose what it looks like. There's 3 things. This thing on the left looks like your repair thing. It's got 4 bars. Some other boost, of which there are 4, and a bell to let everyone know you're okay. And there's 6 of bells. You got 6 rings in your belt. That's probably like a torpedo or something.
Yeah, from what I remember from when they showed off all the icons of the
Oh yeah.
of a bunch of the components, that's some kind of torpedo or missile.
And this where it says pilot_03. I'm assuming that's going to be like the gamer tag, whoever you're looking at. Because I think later in the trailer you can see where it'll say like Vanguard 5 or whatever, which is probably when you're in the campaign or whatever, or playing against AI, but which will be kind of interesting to see like poopy butt 42069 on your little TIE Fighter readout when you're playing against real people.
Yeah, and then it looks like it also showed like your opponent's like health, and I'm assuming must be their distance from you.
Oh yeah. That's what it looks like there.
Hello, Vanguard. Welcome to the Nadiri Doctrine.
Very excited to see her. That seems to be Ray Sloan from the Aftermath
Which is
books,
which is definitely cool.
By John Jackson Miller.
Right, she first appeared in A New Dawn. She's been in a lot of stuff, and it's pretty cool. We see a lot of the inside of a A-wing cockpit in this trailer.
To take the fight online, you'll need flight time with all
What I'm interested in,
fighters are the most flexible and
and so we looked at those a little bit more closely earlier, and we saw that like the TIE Interceptor is not identical to the A-wing, and the TIE Fighter is not identical to the X-wing as far as their stat bars go, which I think is cool.
can keep allies safe and stocked up.
My number one biggest gameplay question that has yet to be answered is, will there be free look for those of us who aren't playing with VR? Because obviously the whole game is fully VR supported, and you can like look around. And I was reading on the website, it talks about the field of view for each ship. And like, okay, the TIE Fighter, great field of view forward, pretty much nothing in any other direction. Like X-Wing, good field of view forward, okay, left and right.
Ewok bobbleheads.
Oh yeah, that's important.
From cosmetics to an arsenal of over 50 components that all
So I want to know, because if the field of view in other directions besides forward is something that is important and helps differentiate the ships from each other, like the U-Wing, you get a little bit of field of view if you look down between your feet. I want to know if someone without a headset, will be able to, maybe hold a button so I can free look around my thing. Other games like Elite Dangerous and stuff do that, so I'm hoping this one does. Because even if it's more of a pain for me, I need that.
Yeah. Like I said last time, like even if they don't have free look, I wouldn't be surprised if they're at least has a like a hotkey to
Oh yeah,
look.
just snap
Like-
right,
like-
snap left.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that'd be good. I like these little. It looks like before each multiplayer battle, you like sit with your squad mates around the war table, and you can be like, okay, I'm going to be in the X-wing. I'm going to have these 3 upgrades equipped. You should have these because these mesh well, so you can kind of like strategize.
Mhm.
There's no crosshairs. Everything is 100% like there's no HUD, which is cool.
You know, I guess now that you say it, I didn't notice that before, but that is one thing. Like in the old X-Wing games, you did have a crosshair on your ship. That's going to take a little bit of getting used to. This mode sounds really interesting, by the way.
I
This
mean, it kind of
multiplayer
just.
mode.
It sounds like Galactic Assault a bit, but in 2 directions.
Yeah.
'Cause you fight in the middle. Whoever wins that fight, you move towards trying to take out their mini cruisers, and then if you win that fight, you take out their big ship. So that looks fun because it looks like it is potentially going to take a long time.
I know they didn't with this. That I don't. This looks. That's a really cool shot right here.
Oh, where they flip around the front of the Star Destroyer. Yeah, I want to see just how maneuverable you can be, because in the little interview beforehand, he seemed to imply that you can do like a X-Wing miniatures. Gamers would probably call it a K-turn. But
Well,
the
I think
move you
there's
see,
that. There is a shot in here where it looks like an interceptor does do a K turn.
because I'm talking about in like Last Jedi, Poe flips his X-wing 180 degrees. In Rebels, Hera does it. In Rebels, Vader does it. That's sort of like instantly flip your ship around and keep shooting at people move. Like those kind of crazy pilot moves sound. I'm excited that you can do that because you can't do anything like that in Battlefront. Evan, are you on board with this game yet?
Nothing about it is particularly exciting, but
Not even the prospect of being in an elite formation working together with your friends as a squad?
no, because it's not going to happen that way.
What do you mean?
As much as the desire may be to actually fly in formation with a plan and try to be the best team, it's not going to work that way.
Oh, we're
It's
going
going
pro.
to...
We're going to start the JodoCast E-League Squadrons team.
Yeah, do you think there's gonna? I wonder if there is gonna be a. I hope there is actually, since it's smaller teams. I hope they do have like some kind of like ranked, competitive queue or something like that.
Yeah,
For
I
the
kind of hope
game.
so too. It's hard to say. I mean, Battlefront doesn't have anything remotely
Yeah.
like that. But it is a smaller game.
Yeah, it's a different in Battlefront. It's sort of like a totally different situation though. Like
Right.
like personally, I probably wouldn't participate in the competitive mode too much, just because I know I'm not going to be that great, and I don't want to have a bunch of tryhards yelling at me for sucking. So even though that'll probably happen in like the meaningless just go have fun mode, there's still going to be some dick who's
Right, especially because it's
screaming
only
at you.
Yeah.
there's only going to be 4 other people on your team rather than when it's a game of like 30. People don't seem to care as much. But I think it definitely looks like it has the potential to have a lot of strategic depth and skill. So a ranked mode or a ranked playlist seems like it would be good.
I feel like this is the Star Wars equivalent of, and this is not meant to be an automatic dig at it, but the Star Wars equivalent of an EA Sports title that requires a love of repetition and really deep mechanics to get good at. So, like, if you've played Madden, like, you might play through a season with your favorite team and then just kind of be done. Because if you try to play online, it's...
See, did you see what that Ty just did there? Did you see that maneuver he just did there?
Yeah, But
Yeah.
I might disagree, Evan. I don't know how Leo feels because he plays Overwatch all the time, which that's also 5v5, right?
6v6, but
Oh, okay. And I play Gears all the time, and Gears is a 5v5 that's highly skill-based, so this is already like appealing to me in that regard, but I'm curious to see just how skill-based it's going to be. Because I don't feel like I'm going to play the story and then go online and get my ass kicked and not want to play it. I think it'll... especially if we have a crew of people. It's always... Even if you lose, it's fun to lose with friends.
yeah, I wonder what the respawn mechanics are going to be.
Right, yeah, they didn't... Because they said...
Like, are you going to, like, relaunch out of, like, your main fleet ship or something, or
Yeah.
what? I
Die in the
wonder.
game, you die in real life.
That's a good question. Obviously, the 5v5 as a single life would probably be pretty boring without any additional mechanics.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, I don't think... I mean, there's some games where that works. Like
Well,
I enjoy, like, you know, like Counter-Strike. You don't
Right.
respawn. You get your one life, and then once everyone's dead, the round's over, basically. Once one team's all dead. But this seems like it's would not be quite conducive to that. Like, I think respawning would also help make it feel like a big dogfight, a big
Right.
scrum. You know.
Right. Yeah, there's always going to be all the bodies available fighting. The only way I thought Gears has a mode called Dodgeball, where you'd only get to respawn when your team, or when somebody on the other team dies. So, it's like Dodgeball. I get you out, my guy gets to come back in. And it's very conducive to, like, clutch moments where it's 1v5 and all of a sudden I've just turned it back around. It's a really neat mode. And I could see something
Sounds like
that
it
being
go
pretty
on
fun.
for a long time.
It could. It usually doesn't, but it could. Something like that could be neat. I'm curious to see if they continue to release new modes and stuff, because at the moment they only have 2 modes. But, Evan, because you didn't want to get your butt kicked by tryhards, they did say in the trailer you can play fleet battles against AI. So I think you can join up with your friends and just go against the AI, which sounds awesome. Because playing against the AI in Battlefront is really fun too, and it makes it even more casual. You're like, this is just fun, Star Wars.
That sounds like it would be great for an entire day's worth of gaming. And then that's probably it. And then it'll be you saying, hey, get on. And like, no, I don't want to.
Yeah, and there's and frankly, I wonder if there's going to be. I don't think there's going to be much of a campaign. I mean, there is a campaign, but I
expect
really,
it to be short.
yeah,
I'm interested in the story already because it seems to be about the Starhawk program, and the Empires are like, "Hey, blow it up," and the New Republic's like, "Hey, don't do that." But
yeah, because so this is post Jakku, right? Since it's New
I think
Republic.
it's pre-Jakku because they're building the Starhawks. The Starhawks, I think, may have premiered at Jakku.
But I thought,
there were certainly Starhawks at Jakku.
I thought Jakku they weren't. Or no, wait.
There were Starhawks at Jakku, and they seem like they're
Okay.
still getting them sorted out here. So this is probably pretty close to Return of the Jedi.
For some reason, I was thinking they weren't calling themselves the New Republic until after Jakku. Am I wrong?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure they were calling themselves that.
Okay, yeah.
I'd have to
I
go
have not-
reread Aftermath, but also I'll never do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Well, this is clearly pre-Aftermath, since if that is Sloane, she was not in a Grand Admiral outfit.
Correct. Yeah. She's got the little white on her hair, so I think it is Sloane. What I'm curious about is, from the story, it's kind of cool that you'll be flipping sides, but also I wonder if that'll diminish the emotional connection to both sides. Because, okay, now I'm rebel person, shooting these guys. Oh, now I'm playing as the guys I was just shooting at. Who do I sympathize with? Because I'm both of them.
Flexible and versatile, able to handle any situation. Interceptors
I like how the shields light up like that on that
I
curling Corvette when they shoot them.
fighters are the most flexible and versatile, able
I don't like that.
You don't like that?
I think it's good visual information for the player, but I guess maybe I'm wrong, but I thought my understanding of shields is essentially they contour to the shape of the ship. And I think that's all we've seen, except the Radis in The Last Jedi has more of a bubble shape around it, which I think is because it has
It was kind of a bubble shape.
It has a special. I believe the Radis has a unique special shield, which is why it looks like that.
Yeah, but I mean, really, other than the Radis, had they ever really shown shields as like a visual effect in the other movies? Which I don't know. I'm okay with it. I like it.
Yeah, I think in Phantom Menace, you see when they get the shields back up as they're fleeing the blockade. I believe you see it. It's like a bubble that goes around the contours of the ship. I think. I don't know. I've always had it in my head that they kind of form fit to the ship rather than a bubble, but
yeah, well, I think that's sort of what the lore has always been, to explain why you never see the shields, but I don't know.
maneuverable. Let's get 'em. Ideal for hunting down your opponent's starfighters.
That was kind of fun. See, Evan, the guy in the game, even said so. It's kind of fun.
Oh, is that what he said?
Well, that was kind of a cool like drift that guy did.
got him killed.
The aspect of this that I like the best so far is the prospect of having the VR headset on and getting that almost like Galaxy's Edge Smuggler's Run feel to it.
This trailer has got me thinking, can I afford a VR headset?
As soon as they announced this, I was pricing PSVR.
Right, and I think that might be the cheapest entry to VR, and I have a PS4. It's going to be crossplay, so even if my buddies are playing on PC, not a problem. It's it looks like it'll be really fun to just look around and oh, my little Ewok bobblehead. Can't wait to see what. I don't know if you noticed. There's also like a keychain of the Falcon hanging in that shot, but it pans away from it real quick. I'm just so excited to look at all and unlock all the customization, see what aliens I can be, what sort of jumpsuits I can have, and paint jobs on my ship. I'm a sucker for that stuff.
For an even greater challenge, it's time to prove yourself in Star Wars Squadrons signature mode.
Well, I'm just glad to see that this is not going to be like, it's not going to be on the rails. It's not third person. You're in the cockpit, which I know I've seen some people online complaining, but I mean, I think, is that Shriv right there, or
No,
just
I don't
another?
think so. Let me back it up here.
I guess he looked like
yeah.
he looks like browner than Shriv is.
I don't believe
guess.
it is Shriv, but
As a squadron of 5, meet your team.
Maybe that's just in progress.
Oh,
He has
no.
an
no,
iPad.
he's got an eye patch. Look at that dude. I
It's
feel like that might be a
embossed.
He's even cooler than Shriv now.
yeah. He's got an eye patch and like a leather jacket and his turned up collar.
Hey, don't
He
forget,
says,
don't forget
"War
to
is
don't forget to rate
I
that
should rate that
R5
droid. Yes.
hanging out back there.
I don't know if most of our viewers know that I run the We Rate Droids thing. Maybe they do. We only have like 5 viewers. I want to back up right here.
As a squadron of 5,
What is the name of the person they're targeting?
Scripted persona.
Scripted persona.
Okay.
That's going to be my screen name.
Clearly, oh, did you see that when he blew it up? It made like the same
Death Star logo.
Death Star.
take off.
Yeah, the UI or the like in the cockpit graphics are pretty cool. They're obviously a bit more
Next, attack or defend.
complex than what you see in A New Hope in their cockpits. Like, what if that's all they gave you is just nothing except like a little TIE fighter that kind of bounces around until it lands in the middle of your screen.
It's certainly head and shoulders above the Star Wars arcade game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to
The vector
fly along the
graphics
surface of a Star Destroyer again. I mean, I guess I just did that a couple days ago in Battlefront, but like in a better game. Like, look at that! Look at that! That's so cool.
The spatial awareness has always been one of the hardest parts for first-person flying. So
Yeah,
I wonder
yeah.
how tricky that's going to be.
What we played?
I wonder if there's going to be friendly fire, because I know I would do that all the time in X-Wing and TIE Fighter. I would be flying like sort of in formation, and then I would sharply turn and just like crash right into one of my wingmen.
Oh, yeah, collision is an interesting thing. In Battlefront 2015, you could collide with other ships and it would kill you. In the current Battlefront, you can't. You just fly through each other. And it feels weird, but also it's much less frustrating, especially with the high volume of ships there are in that game. So I'm curious with 5v5, like, I feel like there should be collision. Maybe it won't kill you or something, but it would feel weird if there wasn't. Especially, I get the impression that if you take the time, you can get really good at this game. Is the feeling I'm getting. Because on the website, when you look at the ships, it even like explains their silhouette. Like, oh, an X-wing is really easy to hit, like from above or the sides, but it's really hard. It has a small silhouette when seen from the front and the back, and like just all of the ships having different like little minutia that makes them stand out is really cool.
Yeah. I wonder if we're just that this game though is gonna come out and we're gonna just get our asses handed to us by all these guys who've still been playing like X-Wing versus TIE Fighter through all the years.
My time has come.
Hey, so there's one of our patrons, Cody Man. He was really into playing like X-Wing and that stuff, and like he's in like some like role playing guilds for it and stuff like that, and they make custom missions and stuff. And I think we're gonna need him on our team to
Yes.
boost our team's our squadron skill level a little.
We'll have to make a Jodo squadron and recruit people. A little clan. I don't remember what I was going to say. I had something deep and insightful that is lost forever. That was a cool. That wasn't quite a turnaround, but he kind of pulled like a 90-degree turn there.
Yeah, it was sort of the what is it, like the S is that like the S
like
loop or whatever?
Yeah, an X-wing miniatures.
Yeah.
And how long is it going to take for X-wing miniatures to grab stuff from this game?
Oh well, there's so many upgrades. Also, the fact that like apparently TIE bombers like main like starting weapon is a rotary cannon. If you look at this,
oh yeah, it seems
that,
like it's obviously to try and make it in line with the Y-wing, but it feels weird. Like, I don't mind asymmetrical things as long as they're kind of balanced.
Yeah, I don't know. I just and like here, like the Striker's main weapon is an ion cannon. Or not, yeah. Yeah, see, rotary cannon. I don't know. I'm excited about TIE bombers with rotary cannons on them.
I'm excited about.
They just have like a Z6 blaster, just like welded onto the bottom of them.
There's so many. I don't know if this is all of them, but
I don't think so, because I thought they say there's like I thought
they said 50.
Heard them say
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8. I guess we're looking at 60 right now.
I was gonna say I thought I heard 70.
Well, I need to get the repair droid.
I don't know. I want the squadron mask and the repair droids and
that beam cannon is the one they were showing off in the last trailer.
Yeah, well,
yeah,
I think they show it in this one too.
I think you can see the Y-wing using it at some point.
I want the auto aim cannon. That'll help me. Suck less. I'm guessing since it's auto aim, it probably does less damage though, or something.
I mean, you're also giving up one of your precious slots for it, so maybe that's I don't know.
Or I
Maybe
wonder
it
if
takes
it's
up more energy.
or since it's a component rather than like your normal main weapon, like you can only use it for a limited time, like you
Oh yeah, that's probably it. Probably has a cooldown or something.
or like limited charges or something like that.
Yeah, tractor beams and turret. So those turrets, I assume you can just like poop them out like banana peels in Mario Kart. And
Yes.
the tractor beam. I wonder if any of them are ship specific. Can anybody take a tractor beam, or can only the U-wing and the Reaper take a tractor beam?
I would think it would
I would
only be the
probably
big
think
ones.
That's what I would hope. I mean, it
You know,
did show
actually-
the Reaper doing it, but
Being able to drop turret tokens would be a really cool ability for them to add into X-wing. Like, I would like to see that as I would like to see that as an upgrade you could get for one of your large ships, like to put in the bomb slot instead of dropping out a bomb, they drop out a turret.
I really need to try out the X-Wing solo play rules now that I'm in the Starfighter mode. We played Battlefront 2 a couple days ago. I think the gameplay video of that will be out in a couple days, but we played only in first person the whole time. And it is tricky with the spatial awareness. And what I'm curious, because in Battlefront it seems that when you go into first person, you're just like a camera in space with this stuff in front of you, and the rest of the physical nature of your ship is gone. Like if you're playing as the Falcon, your point of view is technically the center of the model. And if you fly past something, you're not going to crash, because there's so much ship to your left. It kind of cheats like that, because otherwise it would be insane to try and fly the Falcon in first person and not crash into all the debris. But I wonder if this game... I would hope that this game you actually have to consider where your wings are and things like that when you're going through a tight spot.
I don't know. Probably. And you know, and I guess when I did play Starfighter and Battlefront 2, I did kind of feel that way. I don't know, there's something about the cockpit design in that makes it feel like claustrophobic or something. Like I never feel that way when I've like reinstalled and loaded up like TIE Fighter or X-Wing. It just felt natural to me.
I got the
But
feeling
then when
that in Battlefront they were trying to make it as like picture perfect to the films as they could, which might be why. Because obviously the film cockpits aren't designed particularly with end users in mind.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe it was just like knowing that I could pop out into third person and get a better field of view that just made it feel like I couldn't sit there in first person mode. I don't know. It's the same way like
that. What?
I was gonna say it's the same way when I'm playing like normal ground battles in that game, where it's like I prefer to be in first person, but also feel like it feels like unnatural in that game for some reason, just because I know I can be in third person and have an advantage.
Right.
But
yeah, I got the impression playing in first person Starfighter that it's nobody's preference. It's just a thing you can do because it kind of looks neat and it's more immersive. Because it definitely sucks to play. Another thing that I wonder if they'll be doing in this, I haven't noticed it in any of the trailers. In Battlefront 2, when you're in your cockpit first person, the lighting is so good that if the light hits like the side of your windows or whatever, as you can see the light shift on your windows and the shadows in your cockpit, and like the dust on the inside of your windows like makes it hard to, like if you're driving into the sun and your windshield is dirty, all of a sudden you can't see. It's that sort of thing, which is really pretty and cool, but makes it impossible to like see half the time. And I feel like they probably won't be doing that in this game because it's just a step too far in it being realistic, and it makes it hard to see, but it's kind of an interesting touch. It's like, wow, that's neat. I wish it wasn't there.
I don't know. All I know is I'm going to be reinstalling like TIE Fighter and playing, or maybe just do X-Wing versus TIE Fighter so I can just play both in one game. And I'm going to just start
Practicing.
relearning how to fly. Gonna dig out my joystick and
How much did one of those cost? I'll just get one. I gotta get already. I gotta get the Rebel pilot helmet. By October, I have to be all in. I gotta replace my desk chair with some kind of flight chair.
I've got to by October just upgrade my damn computer.
Did you check that they've released the PC specs for it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they say for like AMD, you've got to have a Ryzen, at least a Ryzen 3. And I'm still running like a Phenom 2 here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. What graphics card you got?
I got a 790, I think, a GeForce 790. So I mean, it's fine. I mean, there's stuff like Apex. Like technically, my computer could run Apex, but like the game uses certain processor instruction sets, and like the old like Phenoms don't support that particular instruction set. It's not that the processor's not powerful enough; it just doesn't have the tools the game needs. So.
Yeah, Overwatch can't run on some platforms because of that same thing.
Yeah. But, I mean, so yeah, I've had that. I mean, that computer's starting to show its age. I'm hoping I would get then, so before October, I'll just upgrade my computer and pass on the old one to my son. Plenty powerful enough for him to play fucking Minecraft and Roblox. Although
At least it's not Fortnite.
Although he has started playing WoW and he loves WoW.
That feels like something I wouldn't be proud of. I'd be like, yes, play all the Minecraft you want. That's good for your brain. Don't play WoW, please. That would be my move as a parent, but I'm not a parent. Just whenever I have a friend who's like, I'm getting back into WoW, I'm like, oh no.
Sorry, man.
It's like when someone like relapses back in a drug. It's like, except like you're not allowed to like hold an intervention. You just go, okay. I think everyone, especially Evan, is particularly hyped about this game. Anybody have any final thoughts?
I don't know.
I need to go see if I own any of those older games on Steam so I can play and
on Good Old Games.
About. Well, it might already be in my library.
See if you own them on Good Old Games.
Yeah. Oh, I just checked it
You
out.
probably
if you
purchased
don't,
at least.
If you don't, then go buy them on Good Old Games. You know, Good Old Games will let you install games on 3 machines too, and like even be playing simultaneously on all 3.
Huh. That's nice. They sound like Microsoft level customer niceness. Or Xbox, I should say. I don't want to talk for all of Microsoft. I'm just gonna sit here and stare at this trailer. So we should probably just stop. I'm excited.
All right,
Evan. So are you think you're not gonna get this game when it comes out?
Probably will. But I'm saying it's the kind of game that I will play through the extremely short campaign. I'll try a few AI missions. I will occasionally maybe play multiplayer, but that's it. Like, that's why I'm saying it's going to be like every sports game I've purchased where I play through a season and that's it, because it's just the same thing on repeat.
See, now for me, this could be the thing that dethrones Overwatch for me finally. Because yeah, I still play probably about an hour of Overwatch a day at least. But if if this ends up being as good as I sure hope it's gonna be, Overwatch is
mechanically,
going to be
it could
put
be
on the back
perfect.
burner.
It's just it doesn't have enough like it's just a single arena and that's it. You're not into that sort of thing. You need more progression or more narrative in the multiplayer. Or I'm happy to do the same thing over and over again if it's fun and it means I can keep trying to improve my skills and get
We
those
talked
sweet
about-
bobbleheads.
See, and I think
We talked about doing the Mass Effect 3 multiplayer before, or Mass Effect Andromeda. That's largely the same thing, except that you get different characters with different abilities, and they kept... I mean, I'm sure these folks will come out with free updates periodically also that give you new places to fly, but...
Oh, yeah. And there's probably going to be more. There's going to be more ships added over time too, I'm sure.
Now that you mentioned
Yeah, but
Andromeda,
it's still going to be largely samey.
now that you mentioned that, because the Mass Effect multiplayer is just a horde mode, and I love me some Gears Horde. Oh, it's Kitty again.
Yep.
Man, now I want a horde mode in this game. Why can't the 5 of us fly as rebels facing off like 50 or just waves and waves of TIE fighters? How cool would that be? Like the capital ship is crippled and you've got to hold it off until they can fix it or something.
I think with this game, Evan, it just comes down to like, us wanting different things from games. At the end of the day, like how many times have you played through Dragon Age? The first one, Dragon Age Origins.
At least 3?
Yeah. I mean, and there's other games like that you've replayed multiple times. And even you, Joe, you've played like Mass Effect, the Mass Effect game multiple times. And like me,
in between you guys here.
I can't replay those games. Like I've tried and I'm just like, I'm just doing the same thing again. But I don't feel the same way, doing something like this, or again, like playing Overwatch, because I mean, superficially it's the same thing, but
yeah,
I mean, every match ends up playing out differently, and there's always cool, new, interesting things that happen in an individual match. But I mean, and so I don't think it's that either one of us is right or wrong. It's just we just want different things from the games.
I mostly just want Evan to play with us.
Well, yeah.
I dibs Y-Wing, by the way.
You did what?
I dibs Y-Wing.
Oh. Okay. That's fine. No one else but you actually wants to fly the Y-Wing, so...
It got last place in the poll I put on Twitter, which I said, which ship are you going to fly? X-Wing and TIE Interceptor were the number ones.
Yeah, I was gonna say if we're playing Rebels, I'd probably take X-Wing or A-Wing. Like, those were usually the 2 ships I tried. But the one thing I did love, at least back in the old X-Wing games, about flying the Y-Wing is you could take a fucking beating with that ship. Like, before you finally blew up, like that thing is a big slow tank.
Yeah, it looks like that's going to be the case in this game, too. I think that and the bomber have very high durability. I really hope they drip feed us more and more content throughout the weeks coming to October, because I want more. There's actually info on the planet locations and some other tidbits on the website, but we're not going to talk about that right now. Maybe we can talk about that another time. I think that's going to do it for our Star Wars Squadrons EA Play Live 2020 gameplay trailer discussion video.
Earn your wings in a single-player story spanning 2 factions.
Be sure to
Go.
if you liked this video, be sure to
Player battles.
just go on with your life and don't let someone on YouTube tell you what to do.
This is the definitive
Yeah.
pilot experience.
That's right.
Leave a comment down in the comments down below that are under this video.
Player story.
Okay.
Comment on the comment. Only one
You'll play as
parent comment is allowed.
time for both the Empire
Everyone has to just reply to the last reply. Make it unreadable.
You'll experience this
Yeah.
through your cockpit.
Nobody comments on our videos except John and Kurt. Shout out to John and Kurt.
About power management.
Also, shout out to Cody Man because we already talked about him, and every other one of our beautiful patrons
Characters at your side. Improve your
who make
increasingly
this sort of in-depth, well thought out stuff possible. I need a script
I, s- I s-
outro.
I still don't like that
Hera?
that realistic Hera.
2 pilots you play. Stick together.
All right.
Power in
Goodbye.
Bye.